Have you ever wondered what happens to that delicious burger you just ate? Where does it go? How does your body get energy from it? Well, today we're going on an incredible journey through one of the most amazing systems in your body, the digestive system. It's like a super efficient factory inside you, working 24/7 to turn food into fuel. So, what exactly is the digestive system? It's a whole team of organs, a complex network that works together like a perfectly choreographed dance. Its main job? To break down the food you eat, pull out all the good stuff, like nutrients and water, and then get rid of what's left over. Every single part of your body, from your brain to your big toe, relies on this system for the energy it needs to grow, repair itself, and just keep you going every day. The major players in this team are the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and a few very important helpers, the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. Each one has a very specific and crucial role. Our journey begins right where you'd expect, the mouth. The moment you take a bite of food, digestion starts. Your teeth are the first line of attack, grinding and mashing the food into smaller, more manageable pieces. This is called mechanical digestion. But that's not all. Your salivary glands kick into action, releasing saliva. Saliva isn't just water, it contains special enzymes. One of these, called amylase, immediately starts the chemical digestion of carbohydrates, breaking down starches right there in your mouth. So, as you chew, you're not just making the food smaller, you're also kick-starting the chemical breakdown process. Once you swallow, the food, now a soft mass called a bolus, doesn't just fall down into your stomach. It's pushed along by a muscular tube called the esophagus. The esophagus uses a series of wave-like muscle contractions called peristalsis to move the food downwards. It's like a conveyor belt, making sure everything travels in the right direction, even if you were to eat upside down, though I definitely don't recommend trying that. At the end of the esophagus, there's a little muscular ring called the lower esophageal sphincter. It acts like a gate, opening to let food into the stomach and then closing tightly to keep it there. Next stop, the stomach. This J-shaped organ is a powerhouse. It's a muscular bag that churns and mixes the food with potent gastric juices. These juices are a mix of hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes, like pepsin. The acid is so strong it can kill most of the harmful bacteria that might have hitched a ride on your food, providing a layer of protection. Pepsin gets to work on breaking down proteins. The stomach's strong muscles contract and relax, sloshing everything around, much like a washing machine. This intense mixing process turns the solid food into a thick, soupy liquid called chyme. The stomach acts as a holding tank, slowly releasing this chyme into the next part of our journey. From the stomach, the chyme enters the small intestine. Now, don't let the name fool you. The small intestine is actually incredibly long, about 20 feet in an adult. This is where the real magic happens. The vast majority of digestion and, crucially, nutrient absorption takes place here. The inner wall of the small intestine isn't smooth. It's covered in millions of tiny, finger-like projections called villi, and even smaller projections on them called microvilli. This incredible design massively increases the surface area, creating a huge space for nutrients to be absorbed. It's like trying to dry a towel versus a flat sheet. The towel, with all its loops, has much more surface area. But the small intestine doesn't work alone. It gets critical help from its neighbors. The pancreas, a gland located behind the stomach, sends a cocktail of powerful digestive enzymes into the small intestine. These enzymes are specialized to break down the three main macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, into their simplest forms, sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. Meanwhile, the liver, which is the largest internal organ in your body, produces a greenish-yellow liquid called bile. The bile is then stored and concentrated in a small pouch called the gallbladder. When you eat fatty foods, the gallbladder squeezes, releasing bile into the small intestine. Bile acts like a detergent, breaking down large fat globules into smaller droplets. This process, called emulsification, makes it much easier for the pancreatic enzymes to digest the fats. So, in the small intestine, all these components, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, are broken down into tiny molecules. These molecules are now small enough to pass through the walls of the small intestine, through the villi, and into your bloodstream. The blood then acts as a delivery service, transporting these vital nutrients to every cell in your body, providing energy for everything you do. What about the stuff that can't be digested, like certain types of fiber, along with water and dead cells? This leftover material moves from the small intestine into the large intestine, also known as the colon. The large intestine is shorter and wider, about 5 feet long. Its main job is to absorb most of the remaining water and electrolytes from the waste material. As water is removed, the waste becomes more solid, forming feces. The large intestine is also home to trillions of bacteria, known as the gut microbiome. These aren't bad bacteria, they're incredibly beneficial. They help to break down some of the remaining indigestible fibers, and in the process, they produce important vitamins like vitamin K and some B vitamins, which your body can then absorb and use. This community of bacteria is essential for a healthy digestive system and overall health. Let's take a closer look at those amazing helper organs. The liver is a true multitasker. Besides producing bile, it acts as your body's main filter and detoxification center. It processes nutrients absorbed from the small intestine, deciding what to use, what to store, and what to eliminate. It stores vitamins and minerals, and it plays a key role in regulating your blood sugar levels by storing excess glucose as glycogen and releasing it when you need a boost of energy. It also breaks down old red blood cells, alcohol, and medications. The pancreas has a dual role as well. We've talked about its exocrine function, which is producing digestive enzymes. But it also has an endocrine function, meaning it produces hormones that go directly into the bloodstream. The most famous of these are insulin and glucagon. These two hormones work together to keep your blood sugar levels perfectly balanced. Insulin helps your cells absorb sugar from the blood for energy, while glucagon tells the liver to release stored sugar when your levels get too low. So, as you can see, digestion is an incredibly complex but beautifully coordinated process. However, sometimes things can go wrong. Many factors can affect your digestive health, including your diet, your lifestyle, stress levels, and your overall health. Common issues can range from heartburn or GERD, where stomach acid flows back into the esophagus, to more complex conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, and inflammatory bowel disease or IBD. The good news is that you have a lot of control over keeping your digestive system happy and healthy. The number one rule is to eat a balanced diet. This means getting plenty of fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Fiber helps keep things moving smoothly and feeds those good bacteria in your gut. Staying hydrated by drinking plenty of water is also essential for digestion and for preventing constipation. Regular exercise isn't just for your muscles. It also helps stimulate the natural contractions of your intestinal muscles, keeping things regular. Managing stress is surprisingly important too. Your brain and your gut are constantly communicating, and high stress can disrupt this connection and lead to digestive upset. And of course, it's wise to limit things that can irritate the digestive system, like excessive alcohol and smoking. To sum it all up, your digestive system is a remarkable journey of transformation. It takes the food you eat and, through a series of mechanical and chemical processes involving multiple organs, turns it into the very essence of life, the nutrients and energy that fuel your entire body. From the first chew to the final elimination of waste, every step is perfectly designed. By understanding this incredible system, we can better appreciate the importance of taking care of it through a healthy lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour of the digestive system. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the amazing world of the human body. See you in the next video.